So we just saw some huge pickups by Malaya, by India, and by Algeria. I mean, just massive. And it was really only over the course of maybe about 5 years, something like that. So I think that we're going to see some ridiculous annexations soon. Either that or some ridiculous rebels and uprisings and some crazy nations that might form up out of all the unrest. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and check on the next big war that just currently got declared, and that's Ukraine versus, I think it's pretty much Ukraine versus Romania. That's why the war was declared. Yes, it was. The problem is that Romania called upon a lot of other nations, and the big one is Poland. Poland is involved, and Poland is a big one. So we'll have to see exactly. I mean, Ukraine's going to need a lot of help from Turkey. I mean, that's going to be the main nation that they really need a lot of help from. So we'll see if this is beneficial or I don't know. I mean, it's going to be close. And Turkey is here. They are fighting a war already. So yeah, I mean, they are helping out. If they just get full siege over Romania, then that'll probably be enough. But they need that fast. Because I know Poland has quite a big military. I mean, they've got at least a 30 stack. I think they have a little bit more than that, but maybe not. I thought they had more than that. Turkey themselves has an okay military, so I know that, and so does the Ukraine. Boom. All right, there it goes. Oh, what happened here? They already pieced out? Yep, they separate pieced just right away. So that didn't take long. They just, boom, siege you out. Okay, we're done. And that was it. All right, well, so Romania's not doing so well, but I think this is going to be one of those wars where, because all the allies are kind of scattered all over the place from the north into the south, it's going to take some time, but I think that more than likely they might group it up, unless they might be a little bit too late. Now, this is a big battle here. Turkey fighting Poland. It looks like it's actually going to go into maybe Poland's favor. I mean, it depends on the rolls. It really depends. Yep, Poland's favor. I mean, Turkey got a crossing penalty, and I just don't think they really got the rolls to. Yeah, you're fighting a 6-fire general, so I mean, obviously that's going to be an issue too. Oh yeah, that was a big game changer right there. That's a pretty big game changer. Oh, we're looking at a graphical glitch here. That's big. Now I think the Ukraine's going to start to get pushed back, or actually maybe not. Turkey might get pushed back. Now the Ukrainians are probably going to have to actually fight this war themselves. And Serbia did not get completely eaten by Bosnia. There's still 2 more provinces that they control for themselves. So they're doing okay. Things are doing fine. Any more wars that have popped up? South Africa has that. That's what I thought. Zimbabwe and Swaziland. As well as we have, who is this? Senegal and Mali. Saudi Arabia and the Islamic State. Oh, so first Turkey declared war on the Islamic State. Now we're seeing the Saudi Arabians declare war on the Islamic State. So I think, again, we did see, we checked last time. We know that the Islamic State cannot be fully annexed. You need some sort of ridiculous war score. So they're still going to be around. Israel really dropped the ball here. And so did the Iranians. But I feel like the Iranians are just so afraid of India right now. I don't think that they want to get into a war. They certainly are not going to be able to stand a chance. I mean, just look at this. This is crazy. And this is exactly what India needs to do. Because we know how massive China's military force is. So this is why, part of the reason why wars end so fast, by the way. I know that I'm totally just randomly cutting in and out of subjects. But because usually it's a one-sided victory like this. The Saudis just absolutely dominated. And the Islamic State is down to 1 province. More than likely, that'll go to. I'm thinking Iran will probably do that. I know that Turkey still has a truce with the Islamic State. I believe. So there you go, Iranians. You can try it. Yeah, Turkey has one until they have 4 more years technically, but it's too late for Israel. They definitely let their time. They let too much time go by. Yeah, so I don't know. They need to do it fast. Let's double check here. So right now, Ukraine, they still have their allies. They're winning. Technically, they are winning. The Ivory Coast, still, yeah, Western Africa is still kind of all over the place. But yeah, no, China's got a huge force, and so does, but India does too. Not as nearly as big as China. But this is what we talked about. This is what India needs to do. They need more though. They can't settle for just this. They got to keep going. You might as well go after Pakistan, destroy Pakistan completely. Although the problem is that you'll be at war again with the Saudis. And we saw last time they somehow got military access through the Iranians. And I was shocked at that because I didn't think... Yeah, they don't. The Saudis and the Iranians don't like each other. All these nations don't like each other. I mean, they all have really kind of negative opinion of each other. So That's the problem, because I do underestimate the Saudi Arabian military. It's a lot bigger than I thought. It's probably the biggest of the region, I think, although Turkey's pretty massive too. But at that point, you know, if India destroys Pakistan fast enough, which they probably will, because there's only 10,000 in the Pakistani army, then I think that by that point they have most of it fully annexed or fully sieged out, so that they can, you know, ask for whatever it is. And full annexation would cost 139 for Pakistan, so they wouldn't be completely eliminated from the game, just like the Islamic State wasn't. But yeah, we might see something here. Are you at war? No, you're not at war still. Still not at war. Let's check in on Northern Africa. This is the other big place. Chad has decided to join in. The other big war, I guess I should say. As of right now, that is. Yeah, Chad has decided to join in. Mali seems to be handling everything. Maybe this is Mali's points. This is Mali's kind of big turning point, like Algeria had in the last video. Maybe they just eat so much here. And how are they doing? I'm so shocked we haven't seen any rebels yet. Although, give it time. Give it time. I mean, they definitely might still form up, potentially. How are you doing, Ukraine? Everything looks good. I didn't realize you have, like, just cores on every single province here. How did you get that? How did you manage that? That's pretty amazing. Yep, Ukraine's got 26 war score, so this will be more than likely a win for Ukraine, as long as Turkey doesn't peace out anytime soon. They still need those numbers that the Turkish government is providing, I guess. But they need the numbers, so they better peace out soon before Turkey gets too demolished here. Because I know they've lost a few battles. They certainly have lost a few battles, but the Ukrainians have pushed back Poland. Wait a second, did they peace out Poland? No, I thought they might have. Yeah, no, they certainly have the number advantage. Clearly, I don't see really any sort of numbers uprising against Ukraine or even going into Ukrainian territory. So this is very good. Now, Russia, on the other hand, Russia hasn't been doing much. Let's keep an eye on Russia. Maybe this is where, well, we saw how Russia didn't really care about Ukraine as much as they start the campaign off with. So maybe they won't join in, but this would be a good time for Russia to attack Ukraine if they were to. If they were to attack, this would be a good time. India is at war with Iran this time, and Iran decided to call upon Georgia, Ethiopia, UAE, and as well as Israel. All right, so that won't be an issue that will not be an issue for India. India also called in Turkey. I had no idea those were allies. Turkey is right now in Eastern Europe, though, so I don't think that they're going to help out too much against the Iranians, but this might definitely distract the AI. I imagine that it probably will. Yep, here goes. Oh man, that's a big one. Those are a lot of forces, and they're all kind of grouping up together. You're talking about multiple 100 stacks. That is crazy. Especially, you know, this campaign just started. Like, I'm afraid to think about how big some of these stacks are going to be towards the later parts of the game. It's going to be scary. Straight up scary. Here we go. We have the first battle here. And actually, wow, how did that happen? The Iranians had double the amount of troops, almost. And this is actually going down to the wire. Oh, okay. So India did get pushed back, but it's, you know, too late now. I was going to say, if they won that first one, that's insane. But yeah, now they're definitely done. They both have 2-star generals. Ooh, some additional forces are coming, mainly from the UAE. How did they have that many troops? How do they have over 80,000? That's crazy to me. How is that going? I don't know. Either way, India's going to pick up a lot of land here, and I guess the Islamic State probably is not going to be eliminated by Iran anymore. I can't believe they're gone just like that. Just boom, gone. Yep, Iran has no chance of probably no chance now of taking over Asia. All right, well, let's double check here on the wars. We have Serbia back at war. Croatia, yeah, Croatia's probably going to full annexation. Gonna go for that full annexation. We have, oh my gosh, Great Britain back at war with Denmark, or maybe not back at war, but what is this even for? British-Danish punitive war. It's a punitive war, okay. But why did you declare it? Are you going after? Oh, you probably want some of these. Maybe this island here. Iceland actually managed to reclaim their islands. That's awesome. Good for them. Besides that, I don't know what they're going to take here. I do enjoy kind of going at a 3 speed because I can pick up on more things. Speed 4 was probably way too fast because I know I was missing so much. Now we can actually watch these storylines develop, and I can do this on speed 3. That's much nicer. I can tell you, kind of everything that happens. Okay, so Mali's going to win this. They were actually the defender there, surprisingly enough. Second Indian-Iranian imperialist war. Ukrainians have not peaced out yet. Turkey's still involved. And that's all that's going down at the moment. I wonder how much India's actually going to take here. I mean, clearly India's not afraid of taking a whole bunch because they took a whole bunch away from Pakistan. So, yeah, they're definitely not afraid of taking maybe more than they can bite. They're not afraid of biting more than they can chew, is I guess what I'm trying to say. So they will take a big chunk if they wanted to, and I'm just wondering, I don't think this is going to really cause for any implications, unless, of course, it might. If they if they gather up some of these provinces along the Persian Gulf here, then yeah, you're talking about an immediate, probably a possible war between the Saudis and the Indians, and that would be big. That would be big, because I think the Saudis are the most powerful in the region at the moment. Egypt is pretty powerful too, but these provinces in the Arabian Peninsula, they don't really provide that much. It looks nice, looks pretty, right? But it doesn't really help that much. Oh yeah, India's going crazy now. Yep, now they're going very, very deep into Iranian territory. Let's go ahead and double check where oh, there it is. That's right, I knew that. Boom, capital here. Let's see if they siege out the capital. If they do, then that's going to be a big deal. Where's the forts at? There you go. Yeah, so if they obviously siege out the capital forts, then that's going to be really bad. Then I'm sure India will take a whole bunch. Okay, so we have another war that's popped up. Niger versus Mali. Wait a second. So is Mali not doing well? Why did Niger declare that war? Maybe they're not doing well now. Maybe they were initially doing well. So more than likely, I'm thinking Mali is going to peace out with this separate war and focus on Niger. Yeah, they peaced out with somebody. Yeah, that's what they did. They did. I think so. All right, well, we'll have to keep an eye on Mali because this is a big deal. Who's occupying this? Oh, that's Niger. Okay, that looks very similar to Algeria's colors. Like, is Algeria going after it again? Now, is Algeria still allied to Italy? Yes, they are. So that's big. Algeria is actually allied to Egypt. I didn't recognize that. I didn't realize that at first. So technically, what Algeria could do here is maybe go after Chad. Maybe kicking Chad out, or go after Mali now while they're in the middle of a war. That could potentially be a good idea too. Dang, India's going as far even into Turkish lands, I guess I should say. Romania has not peaced out. Great Britain. What have you gone after? You've gone after Norway. Norway has defended Denmark. That was probably not the best idea. I give you a lot of credit, Norway, for coming to the aid of your friend, but man, I feel bad because this is not going to go so well. Well, they've got a 28 stack. Great Britain they've only landed, 32,000 men. Okay, well, maybe. And more than likely, this is probably going to move up north. I'm guessing Great Britain's fleet is a little bit more powerful than Denmark. Now that Germany's taken over so much, which really, I don't know. I mean, that German war with Denmark was a lot bigger than I think that we initially thought. Only because Germany, obviously, to get to Denmark, I think almost everybody besides Sweden and Germany have to use a fleet. And Denmark naturally has a pretty awesome naval force as it is. But because Germany just walked in there with just their army, they didn't have to worry about any sort of fleets. That has given more opportunities for someone like Great Britain to go in and have a fleet of themselves. I'm pretty sure Great Britain probably starts out with a stronger fleet than Denmark. But it was just interesting to see kind of oh, Sweden is also involved. I didn't realize that. It probably makes things a lot easier for the British military to move over towards the Scandinavian region. And, they don't have to group them up, or they don't need to... The AI can make dumb mistakes and still be okay, I guess is really my point here. Panama's still surviving. Mexico's not gone after Panama just yet. And that is about it. I have slowed it down to speed 2 because there are several wars that are going on, so I'm just trying to keep the game stable here. Don't want any crashes, because I will get crashes if we try to go too fast here. Uganda versus Tanzania. I thought Tanzania was gone. India has only got 30 war score, technically, which is shocking. Ukraine's war score is going down. I'm sure they're going to peace out soon. Oh my goodness, you only got 30 war score and you almost have the complete, almost full control over the entirety of Iran? That seems a little bit low, although I'm sure most of those sieges, a lot of those sieges are not of forts. I can guarantee you that. A lot of those sieges are not of forts, so that's probably what we're seeing here. Now, what do you think in Pakistan? How long is your truce? Your truce ends 2060, so you have 2 years. You better get your stuff together. You're allied to the Saudis, I believe. Yeah, you are. Which actually might help out more. That country could help out a little bit more, depending on how much India takes here. Turkey's still helping out Ukraine. Are they? No, yeah, they are technically. Man, they must be losing a lot of war score because all their sieges are gone. Yeah, that's probably why. Because they were at, I think, like 30. Now they're only at 18. Oh, man, you done goofed, man. You totally waited too late. It's too late. It is too late now. Some of the northern Middle Eastern nations are kind of going at it. Slightly here. Maybe kind of unifying. I don't know. Potentially, maybe this is because of the threat in the south that India is posing to pretty much the entire region. Maybe that's why nations feel more obligated to go to war. So they find a little bit more power, which is a smart move, I would say. That's a pretty smart move, I think. All right, so what's going to go down? Come on, you guys. You guys gonna peace out or what? Some of these things, some of you guys got to peace out. Does Great Britain control? Yes, they do. Great Britain controls the capital of Denmark. It is under their power. Wow. All right. So yeah, that's needless to say, pretty bad for Denmark. I don't really know how they're going to. Well, I mean, you just got to peace out for the most part. You got to peace out, and I don't really know. I want to see exactly what Denmark, or I guess what I should say, what Great Britain wants. Like, what do they want in general? Do you want to be, like, in Europe? Continental Europe? Like, that's my only guess, maybe. Maybe that's what you want to see. We'll see. I think that's what we might potentially see. It really depends on, I guess, what the AI is deciding. But that will kind of pose a certain... Remember, we saw Germany and Great Britain do not like each other. So if that does in fact happen, then yeah, we're going to see obviously some big problems between those two nations. And that'll be a huge issue that we'll have to kind of, I don't know, watch out for. Because you're talking about a massive Western European war. And a lot of those nations, they are big. They're very, blobby. That would be huge. That would be by far just massive. Massive. All right, so India's at 41 war score now. And they have finally... No, they haven't sieged out. This is big. This is a big one right here. Technically, India just took the massive offensive penalties, the negative terrain penalty as well as the crossing penalty. They're still going to win it, mainly purely because of, I'm sure, just numbers, as well as their morale is quite a bit better. Military tactics are about the same, but mainly it's the morale that's kind of saving them here. Although India's lost quite a bit. Oh, but they're coming for reinforcement. Actually, no, they're not. They're moving away from that battle. They must be feeling pretty confident that they're going to win it, I guess. And clearly they are, I guess. They're still involved in the war. Whoa! Wait. So the Saudis just declared war on the United Arab. The UAE, I should say. So that's bad. That's really bad. That's really bad for these guys because that's not good. Because you just pretty much threw a lot of your troops at India. You obviously lost that. That didn't go so well. So the Saudis are going to get a lot of power here. Because we saw how developed these provinces are. Very, very developed. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. 109 development. 154. Dang. All right. I don't think they for sure won't fully annex. They can't. But they're going to get at least one or two. And the Saudis really, really needed that. And that's smart of them. Again, as India continues to build up strength, the other nations need to be ready for this. Even Egypt needs to be ready for this. Technically, Egypt could start a war, or India, vice versa. India could start a war with Egypt. So all this stuff needs to be taken into account because these nations in the Middle East are no longer safe. It's no longer a stalemate. It's very one-sided now. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. So much is going on. I'm having a fun time with this campaign. I hope you are too. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.